back.
Hey?
We're back. Right, now we need 1 metre.
Sorry, that's about 1 metre,
Yeah, I
isn't
think
it?
so. Yeah, you need a face mask.
I don't have a face mask, but I'm exempt from wearing them because of my asthma.
Since when have you had asthma?
Since when have I had asthma? Since I was 15, David.
Oh, you're so full of shit. Has lockdown removed your inability to open a bottle as well?
Yeah, everything's pretty much gone to crap.
Oh,
For pity's sake, what's the matter with me, right?
pity's sake.
You know, they must spend.
You've been
Have I been, what, dear?
being very well behaved today.
I am, aren't I?
You are. It's,
I mean, I've just...
it was his birthday yesterday. It's not bad for 60, is it?
I feel 70. I don't know about feeling 60.
You look 65, to be fair, but...
That'll be up to the viewers then. Who looks older?
Hey, I've lost 3 stone.
I didn't want to...
No, I'm milking that. You can piss right off.
No, I didn't want to give you a big head, David, but you genuinely do look as if you've lost weight.
No, 3 to go.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, no, I'm 23 stone. It's not like I haven't got some to drop.
I know. The surprise on my face when you got another 3? That means you'll only weigh 12. It's not the case at all.
No.
So,
Have you missed us? All 7 people that watch this.
we're all logging on going, lockdown's complete now. Yeah. So, Wild Turkey 101.
In translation, Simon's a cheap arse and wouldn't buy anything decent for this week. After we spoke last time, was we were going to get some decent stuff in and have a play.
However, I've got loads of decent stuff.
You've drunk it though, haven't you?
No. I've got some stuff for Father's Day, which is I got a 21-year-old Glen Farkless, which is still unopened. And every time I go, I've had to buy cheapy ones
To stop
just so I don't
drink it.
And then I got Don bought me a 17-year-old Balvenie. Don made me open that last night. That's lovely. And a 15-year-old Tully Barney, I believe that's what they pronounce it as.
Oh, that's me.
That's nice as well, but
I've not bought much, to be fair.
that you can drink.
I can drink.
Right, 'cause I know that's not true. I know you bought loads. You
No,
got investments upstairs.
Drinking wise, I've been a bit of a cheap ass myself, to be honest. I've not bought much. It's all been fairly run-of-the-mill, standard sort of stuff. I've not been drinking much.
You know?
No. Well, with diet, it's sort of...
Yeah, me neither.
Can't really, so...
It's a lie.
Yeah, that's where you've put weight on in lockdown.
First month, everyone will get this. They'll watch it. You go, right, religiously. Thought, no doubt, we were walking every day. We were...
Yeah, that's week 1. Week 6.
No.
Fuck it, pass me pizza.
For the first month, me and Don were walking every day religiously. We cut his food out. There was alcohol only on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I was going into garage using the weights that I've got religiously. And then, couldn't be arsed after that.
That's it.
So walking.
By week 6, it's pizza and watching TVs and getting pissed. Or maybe 7. No, did you last?
No, probably about 6 weeks, yeah. Yeah. No, it is the truth. And we've had to seriously think about not drinking, so we've cut that down till Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Apart from this week.
Apart from, it was my birthday yesterday, I've had to have a drink, and then
And
today...
then today's a drink.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow's Thursday, so, well, it's weekend, isn't it? Bollocks of it.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so forget this week. This week's been a difficult week.
I had one last night, actually.
Cheers, what'd you have?
Pendred.
The Welsh stuff. Nice.
Yeah, the red one. Can't remember what its actual name is, but I had it ages ago and I wasn't keen on it. And then I got bought a bottle. Can't remember who got it, man. Probably one of the kids. And I've actually really enjoyed it for some reason. I don't know why I didn't like it first time around, but...
Do you think that they change the flavour profile every now and then? but just stick it still as a
I
generic.
think there's a
12 or
possibility of
something.
that because it's not particularly a high-end batch, is it? I mean, it's only, like I say, it's a 12-year-old. But I think the other thing as well
is the Penderyn 12?
I think it is, yeah.
Right.
10 or 12.
It's got a no-age statement on it, has it? So
yeah, but I think it's around that. But I think the other thing is potentially what you've had to eat, what you've had to drink that day, and things like that. You know,
that's
a
very
huge
true.
reaction in it.
This one, the wild turkey, I had it years ago and didn't like it. It was too strong, too much in your face.
I've got a bottle of it covered somewhere.
I mean, it's 50.
It's fairly
50%.
Yeah, it's fairly strong.
That's quite high. But I bought a bottle of Booker's bourbon from Almonbury, and that was 58. And I've had a few cast strength whiskies that are really too strong for me. I've got to add water to them. I don't necessarily understand why you're paying loads of money for something that you're going to add water to. You might as well go for...
Have you ever heard of the concept of dilute juice?
Yeah.
So,
but if you're gonna dilute your right, so there's a 101 or an 81.
Yeah.
So the 81's much cheaper. So if you buy this and then stick water in it,
then it goes further.
No, but so why not? If this is too strong for you, why not just
Because there is differences in flavours, and on the cast strength, if you water it down, your bottle will become 2 bottles. So it actually works out cheaper.
I'm not sure I'd ever water it down enough to get 2 bottles out of it. You cheap bastard, you. But, fair enough.
That's guest bottles, that, mate. That's visitors get that.
That's why I tend to bring my own, because they always taste different here for some reason. Yeah, but this was really far too strong.
Fucking hammered my 369. You can piss off.
Oh no, but that was something I never had, and I saw you open the bottle, so I know you're not going to tip. You're not going to tip the tap, are you?
You gave me back a half-empty one.
Right, someone invites you up. It's a party. They go, "Oh, look at this," and you go, "Thanks very much."
Yes. Cheers.
That's a slight exaggeration.
You'd have used a pint glass if you could have got one.
Yes. Yeah, probably 33, yeah.
Right then.
A Kentucky straight bourbon.
Right. I've forgotten how we do this. It's been that long.
Let's have a little swirl.
The world has gone to shit, but at least we've got whiskey.
It's like one of those things that during lockdown you watch YouTube or whatever quite a lot. Or I watch YouTube and whatever quite a lot.
I've been working.
Well, I've been going into work, yeah. I won't try and say I've been working too hard. Because it's been quality of the places that I've been working, because I've been working where I have. At the current place I'm working, she wanted me to do 2 days. And it was like, right, so I'll do my hours over 2 days. Yeah, that'd be lovely, because there's not that many managers in the office, and it's quite a small office, yeah. So 8 till 8, okay, I gets there thinking I'll be there till 8. And she says, no, you can work from home after 4 o'clock. Right.
Work from home.
Keep your mobile. So if anything pops up, if I have to go back in, then that would be the, but, so 2 days, and I just keep my mobile on. I'll be gutted when I have to go back to work properly. So I'm hoping for a second spike in the pandemic.
You can definitely smell the alcohol.
Ooh.
Yeah, cleans your passages out, doesn't it?
Let it settle down a bit.
There's a smell in there that's nice, and then unfortunately it gets overpowered by the alcohol and it gets a bit burny on the nostril, but there's a smell in there.
There's always that, if you stick your nose too far in, you've got that, yeah, you've got that acrylic sort of nail polish remover smell.
Yeah, but there's something under that. There's a smell that comes and then it turns to that as the alcohol starts to get...
Ooh.
I can't put my finger on it.
I'm thinking, you're going to laugh at me.
I laugh at you regularly. It's just part of our relationship, really, isn't it?
It's definitely got that sort of candy flossy brown sugar.
Yeah, then there's a caramelly type. Yeah.
That kind of.
But there's a freshness in there as well. Almost maybe a citrus. I don't know.
Okay.
This is going to sound really corny, but I get.
Cherries.
Oh, I was actually going to say mowed grass. That sounds really sad.
Oh, that greenness.
Yeah, I'll go sit in the corner now. We've become what we hate.
Yeah, mowed grass.
Yeah, fuck off, you prick. But there is there's something there.
I've got that sort of, as you
walk
past
freshness, isn't there?
after it's rained.
Yeah.
You get that sort of green.
Yeah, the
Showish.
Oh, I do something there.
I will apologise for the poncy way this has just turned out. Can't get marzipan as well.
Yeah, there's all those sort of sweet, yeah.
Without that sort of, the sherry aspect of a whiskey that's got that sort of Christmassy cake.
It's almost sickly smell.
Yeah, it doesn't have that.
No, it doesn't.
It's not. It's got
like a sweetness, but there's a real freshness through it as well. There's a real citrus, almost green, say, lip through it as well. If you could knock the alcohol down on the back of the nose, it would actually be really nice smell. The alcohol just comes in at the end and sort of boof.
It is 50 proof though.
Yeah.
Most whiskies are 40 proof. Or the generic ones are 40 proof.
You might nose you get from that bloke at the back of the pub, and then those unlabelled ones. Those you use to polish your brasso with as well.
Yeah. Put them with some boot polish and they actually really clean shoes, really good. Oh, that's
I prefer the smell to the taste, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Yes. Bit disappointed with that. I was getting quite excited that was going to be very pleasant.
What about that don't you find pleasant?
Just find it a bit hot.
It is very hot as it goes down, but I'm guessing at 50 it's going to be, look at the legs on that. I'm not sure I don't get a creamy sort of
Let me see
coat in my mouth.
Lockdown's rattled my brain because I'm going to say I get a creamy toffee note now and I'm going to really shoot myself in the foot with something.
No, I think you're right. That Werther's original.
Yeah,
coffee.
and I don't like them.
But that's where my head went as soon as you said that.
That's probably why I'm not so keen. I can smell it, I can sniff it for days, but...
Well, you've got one in cupboard. Does it not taste like you remember?
I didn't even know it was there, so that proves how long it is since I've had that. I think I give that a guess. Just don't tell them what it is. I've got all sorts in that cupboard.
I know.
I've got that weird Italian one that's like drinking syrup.
Ugh, I didn't much care for that.
Sweet as fuck is that thing.
No, I didn't much care for that.
That might as well be sherry.
Yeah.
It might as well be sherry, that thing.
It's a lovely smell as well on that.
Yeah, it is.
But then when you taste it, you kind of go...
Sickly.
You've had that
sweet.
Dessert wine?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
just
like
tastes
dessert
like that.
wine
It's like,
whiskey.
no, not for me.
Yeah, it's a bit rough. That was my youngest daughter's first ever whiskey purchase for me.
She bought you that?
Yeah, she bought me that from Italy on a trip.
Good for her.
Yeah. Trained her well.
Nice.
She's getting...
She managed to buy it on a school trip.
It wasn't expensive. It's only a little quarter.
No, but she managed to...
Well, she was a trip because she's my stepdaughter, and she said she was a trip with her dad.
Oh, sorry, I thought you meant... Yeah. Hang on, her dad let you buy you something.
Yeah, not the... That sounds really bad, doesn't it? Dad's a bit of a drip. No way, we're not going to get into that.
Wow, that's a 45-minute conversation if ever there was one.
That's probably a longer one, but never mind.
I think once it calms down a bit.
Yeah, it does actually. The burn's gone a bit.
Yeah. I think the trick to this is don't inhale as you drink it. Because if you inhale, it's got this quite overpowering alcohol burn that hits your throat, and that kind of takes everything away from the taste. But
shame we haven't got any water down here, because I think that would be interesting. No, it's empty.
oh, it's empty.
That'd be interesting. No, we've only got coffee.
Just got coffee.
That'd be interesting.
Just with a tot of water.
Yeah, I think that might just separate it out a bit and just make it a much more.
How would you take it down to maybe? How would you know how much water to put in?
It's by volume, isn't it? So technically, you could if you were anal enough, you could measure it out and do it by volume.
I'm not.
No, neither am I.
So 2 pipettes.
So I'd probably do something like a 5-to-1 ratio of water to the whiskey.
Right, so you probably
that'd knock about 10% in.
Half spoon in it.
Yeah, that'd probably knock about 10% off it. I think it'd just take that over the. I mean, it's still burning now.
Yeah,
it does last a very long time.
I quite like that warm glow because I tend to stick to the same stuff, the sherry cask stuff.
I think it just takes
and I think it's interesting to get.
I think it just
something else.
Takes away a little bit from the flavour that it obviously has.
With strength.
Yeah.
Because they do a 81, like I said, which is the cheaper end.
But is it going to have the same flavour profile? That's the thing, isn't it? Is it just a weaker version of the same stuff, or is it a completely different brew?
Right.
I don't know, I'm asking.
No, it's a good point. Do they use the same vats and just put more water in to get a lesser strength?
Or is it a completely different brew?
Well, I know Wild Turkey do a 81, 101, they do an 8-year-old 101.
That could be quite nice.
They do a rare breed, and they do lots of variations of the rare breed.
An aged version of that could probably calm it down a little bit.
They also do some actor, new one, Matthew McConaughey.
He's not new.
No, it's a brand new whiskey on market. He's come into contact with Wild Turkey, and they're selling they put his name to a whiskey. Now they sell that at Asda, and it's 40 quid.
Oh, you're too cheap to get that then?
But that was over the 25 sort of mark, so. But I read a few. See, Americans and British palate, I think, is slightly different.
Definitely. Well, yeah. I mean, if you go by stuff like certain flavours and sweets and things, I mean, like chocolate. Can I make chocolate vinyl?
Oh no, the American chocolate's not even chocolate, is it?
But it's
just.
I find the American palate. This is going to sound a bit harsh, so sorry if you're in America, but a bit artificial. It's a bit more artificial flavours. I
think because they're brought up on bourbon. They're brought up on that sort of flavour profile that a lot of the reviews I'm watching at the moment, they like the higher strength bourbons. And they tend to go for the higher strength whiskies when they buy them. But obviously whiskey over there, we could get in a supermarket 25 quid, which is our sort of budgets. They're looking at 40. They're looking at the £40 equivalent, even with because the tax is obviously more.
I'm taking a suitcase of whiskey to America.
Yeah,
pay for my trip.
You'd not be able to get it through because they put import.
I'll tell it. It's through medication.
Medication, but even the sort of the bourbons they get in the States are far superior to the bourbons we get here. But
well, the thing is, most of the bourbons we drink are brewed here. Most of it, like Budweiser, is brewed in the UK. It's not the American Budweiser, and there is distinct differences in taste because of the hops and because of the water that's used.
I didn't think you could brew bourbon anywhere else, but
I'm sure it's. We'll see where it's distilled.
I'm sure it's Kentucky.
I know they do with the beers.
Yeah, the beers are different, but because it's trademark protected.
What does that matter? It's brewed under license, isn't it? Is it?
Well, this says it's imported into Italy.
All right.
Imported by Italy. Distilled and bottled by Wild Turkey Distillery Co. Lawrenceburg, Kentucky.
All right, so it is generally brewed as it is over there.
I thought there was some massive law thing that bourbon had to be brewed in the States, and it had to be, the mash has to be over a certain percentage, and that's why it's classed as bourbon, whereas rye, they've got to use over 80% rye or something.
All right.
And that's why it's rye. And then whiskey's distilled using the English method of distilling, using the hops and the barley and whatever goes into it. But yeah, I thought that was... But I know that you're right with a beer, because you get some like Coors or whatever brewed in
Newcastle. Yeah. It just doesn't taste the same as the American stuff. It's a completely different beer.
Yeah. It's like the Japanese beer over there is, I've had a couple of cans, taste completely different to the stuff you can get in England. And you go, well, is it the, travel over? No, because it's brewed in England when they do it under license, it's called, yeah? And it's pretty nasty, to be fair.
But then the import-export stuff's more expensive because you pay duty on it.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
I
nice
don't
colour.
mind that. It's a lovely colour. Nice bottle. I quite like the fact that if you wanted to, you could stick a drop of water in.
I think that would change that a lot, actually. Love the nose. I'm okay with the palate. I'm not raving about it.
I do get the green aspect of it,
On the nose, it's very fresh. If it tastes heavier, but that's probably just due to the fact that it's 50%.
Yeah, I think the alcohol...
The smell is quite light and refreshing and very inviting, actually. I must admit,
having smelt it, you wanted to...
Yeah, even though I've got a bottle and it's pretty much done upstairs, I don't remember drinking it, and I honestly don't remember how long it's been. It could have been in there fucking 3 years for all I know.
3 months.
Nah,
It
not
just
like
has a
you.
bad memory.
I'm not like you, Simon. A bottle of whiskey doesn't last 3 weeks in your house.
I've had some whiskies in my cupboard for 5 years. To be fair, it is a really nasty ass Japanese whiskey that tastes like plimsolls at school.
Which is it?
I've never brought it. I should really bring it over because I've never been able to. I don't know anyone that I've tried it on that hasn't gone, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, bring it next time. I mean, we can't do one next week because, hang on. No, we can't do next week.
You're away?
No, I'm not away till Friday.
Oh, yeah, me and you are going all day Friday. We're not together. But
yeah, definitely not together. Where are you going?
Hornsey. We've got a...
Western Pots?
There's no... it's closed. Hornsey Pottery.
I thought everything was pretty much open now.
No, it closed years ago.
Oh, did
Hornsey
it?
Pottery, yeah. There was a big complex where it was like a little designer village type thing and it closed 5 years ago, I believe.
So what are you going to do in Hornsey?
We've got a hot tub. We're in the middle of nowhere, this little cottage thing, quite close to the beaches. So we're just going to have a week away doing that for me, Dawn, Finley, and we're taking off. William's too big to go on holiday with his granddad now.
And you trusting him in the house on his
Oh,
own?
bollocks, no. He stayed at Elvis's for the week, said that. Trust him. Dave, I don't trust him. I have marks on my whiskey.
See, I'm lucky in that there's only me, our lass, and my daughter Holly.
I can't see Holly.
No, they can't stand it. They absolutely hate whiskey.
Yeah, but
She likes the smell, does our lass. She loves the bottle. She likes buying. She'll buy on the bottle shape alone, even if what's in it's absolute garbage.
Yeah.
She'll buy on the bottle shape alone.
Oh, that Highland Park, the dragon thing. I bought me someone because he actually likes it. I asked him to bring the bottle back. Bottle's lovely.
But so I'm pretty safe on that front.
He's 17, coming up, so there's no way that
no, not in a million years. We're going around Belgium, France, and Switzerland in a camper.
I think that should be.
Fuck off.
When he says camper, it's not like a two-berth thing.
It's a camper.
It's a massive American RV. Yeah, please.
I'm a big bloke.
You're not. You lost 3 stone.
I'm still not small, am I?
If you lose another 3 stone, you're going to be...
You leave my bus alone. I love my bus.
I think your bus is fantastic.
Just finished the bedroom on it. I'll show you a video afterwards.
Cool.
We go down.
I wouldn't be able to drive that, I don't think.
We go to Folkestone on the Friday. We stop at a campsite at Folkestone, take on all this water.
Yeah.
I mean, daft as it sounds, when we're fully loaded with water, we carry half a ton extra.
That must hit your fuel.
Exactly. So we drive down empty, pay for the campsite.
Yeah.
Fill up then on the tunnel.
Up there thinking.
Across to Calais. We get to Calais about 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon, and then we're going to drive up, possibly stopping at Dunkirk. Not that there's fuck all to see at Dunkirk. Everyone's been to Dunkirk. It is a shithole.
Wow, don't offend any people in Dunkirk, will you, Dave?
It is, though. It's almost like the French want to forget it ever happened. There's a couple of museums stuck in the middle of back of nowhere, but the actual seafront, there's very little to commemorate or even recognise the dramatic events of that beach. And I'm not saying, you know, it's in any way that the French should be sort of thankful of the British or anything like that, but that was a major event.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't even know it ever happened. There's a couple of pictures on a wall to do with the filming of the film, Dunkirk.
Right.
And that's it. Nothing.
But have you ever been to Omaha Beach, which is Normandy End?
No, but we're planning on hitting them on the way back. So we go from there, we go to, I'm going to say all this wrong, so I apologise if anyone's offended. Ypres, Salient, basically where the Battle of Somme was, the Battle of Somme battlefield.
Oh, further in?
Yeah, so that's Belgium.
Yeah.
So we're going up to that, and there's the Museum of the Huge Crater or something it's called. Well, they have a little campsite at the back for campers.
With the huge crater?
Yeah, Huge Crater is H-O-O-G-E.
And what's the huge crater?
It's a museum with World War I trenches and stuff, and it's on the battlefield. So we're going there, and we're staying the night there. Then we're going into Ghent to look at a castle.
Yes.
And then we're going from Ghent to Liège to look at one of the forts.
Then you're going down there, yeah.
And then from Liège, we're heading down. We were originally going to go to Zurich, but we're not now. So we're going to go stay in France. We're not going to cross into Luxembourg. We're going to stay in France. And then we've got one stop in France, one stop on the border at a Swiss, sort of a really old Swiss town. I can't remember what it's called now. And then we go up to Dent, or Deurne. And we're stopping at a place called Blueberry Hill Farm.
Nice.
Which does berry wines and berry liqueurs.
Cool.
And so you can... Yeah, so we're spending a night there, and then we're down to Lake Geneva for 5 days, 4 or 5 days. So we've got...
Yeah, that's on the itinerary though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it goes a bit weird, because we're not sure then, is the honest answer, where I'm going from there. So originally we were going to go to Chateau de Chambord, but that's like a 5-hour drive, and the idea is we're not doing more than 2-3 hours a day, because I don't want to spend all day just sat in the bus looking at trees going past.
Yeah.
So we'll probably do a stop off on between, then Chambord, then onto the Normandy coast. And then the idea is to hopscotch up the coast to Calais, catch the ferry back, or the tunnel back.
I like the Normandy coast.
Never been. Never been.
It's... If you're French, you might get what I'm saying, and if you're English, you might get what I'm saying. But they're more
English. More international.
Yeah.
Less
They're more suited to
tourism.
People coming in.
Yes.
The people from Normandy, because it's got a big population of Brits, which you can always tell. People
I'm not sure how close Guernsey was to France.
Well, I have no idea why France doesn't own Guernsey.
Yeah, I didn't realise. I never really looked at it. I knew it was obviously between the English and French coast, but I didn't actually realise that it's nigh on the French coast.
That's like saying it's if you look at the sort of peak where the beaches are, it's just there.
Yeah.
I mean, just there.
Oh, it's a stone's throw off the beach.
You know, why it's not French is beyond me.
But so we're just gonna
why the Falklands are Argentinian, beyond me as well.
We're just gonna out there. Basically side hop up the coast.
Yeah.
Do an hour's drive, park up.
Day.
Do a day. Stay overnight, hours drive, park up, day, stay overnight. So basically do that.
So how long's that? 3 weeks?
2 weeks.
2. Right. Depends if you like it. You could always extend it. You might get one place and go, oh, this is nice. Find places that
The only what I am seriously considering, is that when we get to Geneva, we might end up stopping there for an actual week or 8 days, and then doing a bit more of a hard drive push back to get to Calais. I don't mind doing the long driving. It's more than to sit in the bus for 8-10 hours a day. It's not really a holiday if you just travel.
It's not like sitting in a coach, is it?
No, I mean, it's not. You can move around and everything and make a brew on the road and all that crap.
You can go to sleep in the bed. You can do all. It's not like when you go wherever on a coach and you got to sit there in a little seat, and it's not pretend it's like that.
I mean, to be honest, I love driving the thing, daft as it sounds. It's a buzz for me just driving in a different country.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's a left hooker, so you're kind of on the right side, aren't you?
Yeah. It is. It's just, I'll enjoy it. I'm not looking forward to the fuel bill or the toll bill for the motorways, but
yeah,
because unfortunately we're what they call Class 3, which is
Arctic.
Basically Arctic. Yeah. I've had to apply for special permission from Belgium to drive it into the centre again. I got it.
Then with you being disabled now, you'd be all right.
Technically, I'm disabled now. Yeah. I go for my scan tomorrow.
I don't know why.
Right, let me explain. I've got tendonitis in my feet, and it's got quite bad. I've had it since October last year. So because of lockdown, it's been extended so long that they've actually registered me as disabled. So I've now got a Spazzy Parkway parking badge, which is great because it means I can get all sorts of places in the bus that I shouldn't be able to go.
What he means is a disabled parking badge.
Spazzy parking badge.
What he means is disabled parking.
So because of that, because my vehicle's actually banned from going in the centre again,
You could actually go in.
I can actually drive right in.
Oh, nice.
And the train station has 26 coach bays, so I can
So you
go.
park in the coach,
Yeah, well, I'm 40 foot long, so I have to go out park in a coach bay. So I'm treated as a coach. So I go in, I park in a coach bay, €6 for the day, and apparently Ghent has the most amazing castle in the whole of Belgium.
Cool.
Proper medieval place. Proper, as you'd imagine, high wall sort of bollocks,
Edinburgh sort of style. Or...
No, way more.
Is it?
Maybe King Arthurish than that. Yeah.
Cool.
Proper castle.
I like a good proper castle.
Yeah, so...
I do like a nice castle.
I've tried to stick stuff in that's interesting. We were originally stopping at a snail farm on the first night.
You couldn't get the book in if I...
No, they were there on the site. I use this app on my phone that shows all the campsites in the world, and you just put in your details, and your vehicle restrictions, and it tells you what's available for you. And there was a snail farm. And I thought, that'd be interesting. And it was just run by an old dear, and she charged you £5 to park up for the night, and that were it. You didn't get anything, but it was a snail farm. Anyway,
£5?
Yeah, £5.
No.
I emailed them and didn't get a reply. So I went on the site the next day, and the campsite's been removed from the website.
They must have Googled you. That's what it was.
So, well, I think it's just they're probably not ready to open because of lockdown, because it's a family-run business. It's an old couple, so they're probably just thinking, no, we don't want visitors yet.
Well, we went to Home Firth yesterday for a meal. Harvey's called?
Oh, yeah.
I quite like it, to be fair.
Yeah, I know the manager. Well, I know the owner, but I also know Dennis is the manager. He used to be the manager down at, well, he used to be the restaurant manager down at Woodman, and he's now moved to Harvey's.
Little Showdead?
Turkish guy, dark hair.
No, he wasn't there. It was a sort of small bloke.
Simon, the owner's quite tall.
No. I have seen a Turkish sheep. I've seen a bloke who would fit that first bill.
Yeah, he's probably always outside having a fag.
Right, but...
He's a nice day.
No, I like the food. Food's lovely. But it was kind of like, we booked it online, but could never get on the phone. So it was like, are they open? Are they not? Well, they must be open, but no one's answering the phone. So it was like, we'll go, just offside. And Finley suddenly decided he was poorly, so he got sent home from school. So Finley came with as well. But it was like, we gets there, and it's all, because we pre-booked it, it was open, and it was like, yeah, show your tea table. Yeah, an extra person, if they live within your family household, is fine, yeah. They were turning people away. I bet they turned 8 tables away while we were there, just because they hadn't pre-booked.
Well, they've got to play by the rules, otherwise they close them down, don't they?
Too right.
I mean, Fazenda's back open.
Is it?
Mm.
Well, I think it's a appalling. And
It's one of mine, Simon's favourite restaurants.
It is. And I've spoken to the owner, and he won't open a day early just for me to go and train. Disgraceful. I'm away out on the day it fucking opens, and I waited months and months patiently during the refurb of the whole place. I've waited.
Have they refurbed it all?
Oh yeah, it looks amazing, Dave.
I haven't seen it.
Genuinely, they've gone really sort of. Well, you know, it
was a bit. I don't mean it's nasty. This is going to sound really awful, but it was a bit of a turd to polish because it was in a fucking old mill that was damp and falling down and.
Well, you know, stairs going up into the upstairs, the bag room, as it were, so the fire escape doors. On the left-hand side of that, they've taken the whole walls down and they've put wire mesh up and put all the CV equipment up there. So you've got like a mezzanine level. They've completely relaid big thick matting on every part of the floor space. They've put in new equipment. There's 2 new bat machines, 1 new leg machine.
Well, they had to spend a lot of money on reinforcing the floor because it was trash.
Originally, yeah. So they had new flooring put in, which was a lot of money. And then they put new flooring on where all the dumbbells and the squat rack is. But
they've extended it now across the whole gym.
Yeah, because you couldn't, the carpet was crap.
Yeah, it was.
But it's little things.
It's been down there 20 years. I mean,
it's longer than.
Yeah.
I bet Paul put it down when he opened 30 odd years ago.
Yeah, probably.
What they've done some sort of cosmetic stuff, like they've put wood instead of the sort of chip, the sort of painted stuff. But it's the little bits that they've done that you think, Christ, that must have taken time. They've redone the whole ceiling. They've painted it. The whole of that ceiling. He's painted it sort of black, and he's done something else with it, like not rubberized it, but put like a membrane on. It looks. You walk in and go, oh, because it looks so different. You don't see the little. Sean's put loads of work into it. Good. Loads of work.
Good.
The only problem is, I go away the day that they open. It'll still be there when you get back. I was half tempted to drive.
It's not like you've done any fucking training for the last 2 months anyway.
But I was, in my head, I was holding on for it to open, knowing that it would open, knowing that I could go back.
You can go back. Are they doing a booking slot thing? Or is it?
No, it's, they can only have so many members in. So so many people in at one time. So if you ring up before and go, how many people are in, can I come and train? I think that's how it's going to work. But Sean's put on the website, only X amount of people in at any one time.
Space per square foot. Now.
But he's now open at 6 o'clock in the morning, Monday to Friday.
That's better.
Yeah, that'll sort of alleviate people coming in.
It previously it wasn't an option because all it did was spread out what they did have over a longer period of time, so it increased costs and didn't cause the gym any benefit. But now it will actually help them because they'll be able to get their client base in.
Drop. And people who are coming in at 5 o'clock because they're training at that time after work might go 6. They've always said, oh, but if you open earlier, I'll come in before that.
But they never did.
They never did. No. So it's like, now it's open at 6, they might actually go...
Because they won't be able to get in at 5 o'clock. It'll be full.
I don't know. I think the maximum number is 47. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but I think that's in the head.
Sounds about right. It's about 5,000 square feet.
Yeah. And it's spaced all the equipment out as well. Yeah. So you could actually do that social distancing. So I don't quite know how it's going to work for people who train together, who don't live together. But that's...
Funny, I was speaking to a client this morning. We're going way off topic here. This is not
yeah, it's not whiskey this year.
And his gym, he was training at. He said, right, can I bring my son? He said, no, we've banned all training partners. We've banned all double training. I said, well, we live together. We train together. He said, it makes no difference. You can't go. So he just cancelled his membership and gone somewhere else.
But what's the social bubble thing then? Or is that just...
Well, people are obviously going to abuse it and lie it. But the other thing is, if you're relying because you train hard on a spotter to save you from killing yourself with that bar, they're saying there's no spotting, it's banned.
Well, you're not going to get sort of any of the...
No, it's going to damage the business, I think, by that approach. But anyway. We diversify. We're going off track.
Yeah, we're way off base, yeah.
So
25 quid from Asda. And I think it's not bad. I would like to do it with a tiny drop of water just to see if the burn is removed. But I quite like it. I do.
Promised a lot, didn't deliver as much as I expected, would be my
I think that's possibly a very accurate description, David.
But like we said, water may just transform it. It could be one of those drinks that magically transforms.
I think if you hit the sort of magic 45, then that might be fantastic.
I think it's about 5 to 1, 6 to 1 bourbon to water, and you can probably find it transforms it as a drink.
But yeah, Asda, 25 quid. And they do the whole range. Well, apart from the rare breed, they do the 81, the 101, and the new Matthew McConaughey, whatever, which I've not
Sponsored by Asda.
Yeah, my own money, Asda. If you do want to help us out, that'd be lovely. Thanks.
Yes. I got checks payable too.
I'd happily sponsor you if you were dropping me a whiskey every now and then.
So we'll do next week. Where are you going? You're walking off from the camera. That's very unprofessional.
Is it?
Yeah.